How's it going, everybody? This is MetaTrixx from MetaTrixx, and welcome back to yet another online Elite Smash match. And buddy, you look incredible. As a matter of fact, you look good. In case no one's told you yet today, hopefully you're having a fantastic day. So what we do on this YouTube channel is we take questions from the community, from the handsome young lads or handsome young ladettes. I don't think that's a real thing, but take questions from you guys and we turn them into videos and try to help you guys get better at Smash Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. So if you'd like to have a question answered and turned into a video, please be sure to be subscribed to the channel and comment down below and I'll turn your question into a video. And so today's question comes from Louis Miguel Cheerio Noodle Salad, and his question is, how do you overcome a character crisis? When do you know when to throw in the towel and say, you know what, it's time to start playing Steve, because you best believe that this is just not working out for me. So I'm gonna be honest, he's trying to play Little Mac and he's throwing it back like Captain Zack because he's getting the smack attack from every other player that he's fighting against. He's like, you know what, I'm sick of losing. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this shit, man, fuck! It also says here in his comment that he just started doing crack and it's not helping him whatsoever. He's thinking about switching to meth. Any suggestions? So here's what I'm but actually he is in a character crisis and he's wondering how much more stock should you be putting into a character before you decide to call it quits and try a new character, possibly give into a top tier or something like that. And my question to you is, at what level are you trying to reach in Smash Ultimate? Are you trying to perform at your locals? Are you trying to beat your baby sister of 4 years old? Are you trying to beat MK Leo? Well, like, what are you trying to accomplish? That's the number one question. So I will say, if you are someone who's playing at a local level, what I mean by local level is I mean high school or college, or sometimes you attend a monthly here and there, but you're absolutely not running into the MK Leos and Spargos and Sonics of the world, then you absolutely do not, I repeat, you absolutely do not need to switch characters in order to win. Of course, if you play a character like Little Mac or you play someone like Incineroar or possibly Robin, there's definitely a threshold as to how high you can possibly get. But even with those characters, we got players like Peanut, we got players like Angel or Synergy for Robin, and we also have Skyjay as well. So to say that a character is too slow or too low tier to actually be competitive at a high level or even at the potential top level of play is just not realistically the truth. So you got to look yourself in the beautiful little face and say, am I a fucking fraud? Do I do way too many drugs and for whatever reason think that that's the problem as to why I suck at this game? Is it actually really my fault? And should I take accountability for the fact that I don't fucking practice this game? Here's the thing, guys, if you play any character at all and you don't practice setups and you don't know your character's frame data and you don't practice matchups and you don't watch VODs, switching to another character might help you a little bit if it's a very volatile or very extreme change. Like if you're playing a character like Ganon and then you switch to a character like Roy, or if you're playing a character like Incineroar, then you switch to a character like Snake or Pyramithra or Sonic or Steve or something like that, there's gonna be a minuscule difference for an extreme change if you go out of your way to try and gimmick people with a high tier character or abuse the fact that your character is quote unquote broken. And so you have to ask yourself this very important question, and that question is, are you actually putting in the time and effort needed to actually reach this high level of play that you desire? Is it truly the character's fault, or are you to blame, or should you be taking some sort of accountability? And I'll give you an example. If you look at someone who's in phenomenally good shape, you think they just woke up like that? Really? You really think they just woke up handsome and beautiful, six-pack abs, being able to bench 250 pounds without even trying? Do you think that just happened by accident or happened with little to no effort? Or do you think that they spend their entire life in the gym and running and watching what they eat and potentially even picking up a sport, and then eventually they get the results that they're looking for, which is a phenomenal body, being in shape just like that? So if you can understand that, you can recognize that something like that could take months or even possibly years. If you're someone who's never push yourself to try and get into phenomenal shape, or I'll even say play an instrument or something that takes a tremendous amount of skill and dedication and effort, if you never pushed yourself in that way, in what world should you actually have the results of someone who has? And I'll say somebody like MK Leo or Zero or any of these players, I'll say an H-Box or a Mewtwo King, any of these players who've been playing for years, not like 4 or 5 years, but 10 or 15 years, and not for 2 or 3 hours a day, but for 8 hours a day, making it their full-time job. So I urge you, I implore you to go back and ask yourself that first question again, and that was, how serious do you want to take this game? Because if you're trying to get to the highest level, why would you not have to put in the work that they've done? If you want what other people have, doesn't it make sense to at least try and do what other people have done? Doesn't it make sense to hire a coach or start watching YouTube videos or potentially start asking questions to higher level players so you can try and problem solve? Because if you haven't even done these things, and here's the thing, I don't actually know if you've done this noodle salad. I don't know if you've done this or not. But if you haven't done these things, and this is far more important than switching the character and saying my tools are broken. I can't win a game or I can't win a set because of my character. Because here's the thing, there are players who win with every single character. It doesn't matter. You could be Big D with Ice Climbers, you could also be Tilde with Falco, or you could even be Skyjay with Incineroar. You can't really say that the character is entirely the problem. Of course, like I had mentioned before, there is a ceiling, but if you're someone who's losing all of your games or all of your sets, then there's a very strong chance that it's not enough preparation, and also you don't have a strong mental in tournament. Because if you're someone who's getting very tilted and seeing red and losing in ways that are unbelievable or unimaginable, then that has nothing to do with the character. Having a better recovery or having the ability to low profile or have more range or stronger combos doesn't matter if you're someone who gets tilted unbelievably easily. Or better yet, you're on the other side of the spectrum, and instead of getting tilted, you get extremely nervous, in which case you need to calm your nerves and try to perform to the best of your ability and practice playing under pressure. So it could be a whole multitude of things that are the problem before you say, you know what, the problem is my character. I can't win because of X. I can't win because of Y. And I'll also say that this actually goes much deeper than just Smash. Believe it or not, this turns into almost a commitment issue on a multitude of things. It doesn't always have to be that deep for every single player, but if you're someone who thinks to yourself, this is getting much too difficult and there's nothing I could possibly do, so I should just jump ship and try something else, why not try sticking it out through the hard times or the somewhat impossible times? Speaking of which, I will say, and Tilde is another player that agrees with this as well, that Sephiroth is one of Falco's worst matchups. There are some characters that are debatably worse, I'm sure, but in my experience with this character, online, offline, in a competitive setting, or not, if the player is sweating and quite good, there's really nothing that Falco can do to get in at all. It is borderline impossible. But there is counterplay that can be learned. There are things that you can do to bring it back into your favor. So is it worth jumping ship and saying, Falco can't win this matchup? Or should I practice? Should I lab? Should I do VOD reviews? Should I learn how the players play as Sephiroth so that when I run into a Sephiroth, I know things to look out for, things that are gimmicks or things that are unsafe on shield, or there are options from the ledge. Should I learn those things, or should I just play Min Min? Or should I just play Pyramithra? If I have good enough fundamentals, then yes, I could try picking up a secondary, and it would work. It could work quite well. I could even play a character like Inkling and absolutely cheese Sephiroth, because Sephiroth cannot hit the ground to save his life. So a character like Inkling is borderline broken, possibly even Sephiroth's worst matchup, honestly. But here's the problem. If the foundation to my house, which is how I play Smash Ultimate, if it is a failure as far as I don't have fundies, I don't know how to ledge trap, I don't know how to space, I don't know how to read habits, I can't get off the ledge, I don't know combos. If I can't do any of those things, switching to another character and flailing and hoping for the best is not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. And this is all good and well, but I never want to leave you guys without an action plan. And all an action plan is once we're now in the environment or the understanding of, okay, so there's a chance that maybe I could be working a little bit harder, or there's a chance that my character is actually quite good and the flaws lie within myself. So what am I supposed to do about it? The action plan is what you're supposed to do about it. So a couple things that you should be doing if you're not doing them already. Number one is going to be join character chords and use their resources. Most players, since this game has been out for a very long time, have labbed every single thing you could possibly dream of with your character and against the majority of the cast. So if you're looking for kill confirm windows or jab lock setups or gimmicks against certain characters, it's probably in their Discord. If you don't know how to find character chords, simply go on Google and type in character chords or smash chords. Actually type in smash chords and look up the first result. You'll find hundreds of discords and an insane amount of resources in those discords. That'll be number one. Number two would be getting some sort of an assessment from a professional Smash Ultimate coach. And for those of you that don't know, because honestly, we have been memeing it up for quite some time, the last week or so on the channel. So you might not believe me when I say this, but I was once upon a time a top Smash Ultimate coach. Yes, this is actually true. I've coached over 1,200 players since the beginning of Smash Ultimate. I have so many resources on the channel. It might make you want to throw up. It might make you want to start doing drugs again, Mr. Noodle Salad. But you know what? You shouldn't do that. Honestly, it's not going to help. I'm going to be honest. It's just not going to help. But if you're someone who's actually trying to learn, I still am offering coaching at a low, medium, and even a high level for Smash Ultimate. As someone who has over 8,600 hours in the game and have memorized almost every piece of frame data in this godforsaken game, yes, this is true. I did it before I had a girlfriend, believe it or not, and still somehow she loves me. I couldn't tell you how, really. I've been known to pick apart a player's playstyle within a matter of a few games and give them exactly what they're looking for. And if you're someone who even just has questions about the game, then like I had mentioned before, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you're able to leave a question and I can turn it into a video. But even better yet, swing by the Twitch, swing by the stream. We stream every single night and ask some questions on stream, and I'll be happy to answer those questions for you. And guys, if you got some value out of the video and you liked the video, then like the video. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see some of you tonight. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow.